Morning. I slept really badly. I had stomach cramps all night. Surely there's no way drinking 5 cups of coffee will be a regrettable decision this morning. Today I've got the Reserve Single Origin by Cafe Ole Honduras honey. Tasting notes of apple, pear, orange blossom, honey, and apricot. Got our cold brew, mocha pot, our French press, pour over, and I'm sleep deprived, so I don't feel like humbling myself with my espresso machine. We're just gonna do an AeroPress instead and hope this doesn't upset my stomach even further. God, I'm so tired. My stomach is gonna regret this so much, but I'm so excited. We're gonna do the mocha pot. As always, the goal is to just get through this without making a huge mess. Unless you want to bet that was exactly the right amount of beans. Probably gonna regret saying that. And I made a mess. I need so little more beans, but I still need more. Why do I do this? That might be a little bit too much. I'll get a better extraction, maybe. Okay. Let's do a French press, I guess. Oh. Wow, that is so much water I just spilled. Oh my god. We're just gonna move that over a little bit. What do I need next? I need beans. French press. French press made our best coffee last week. Specifically because I remembered to take this off the boil before it reached boiling point. As long as I'm paying attention and do that again today, we should have a delicious French press. Only one way to find out. I just want the coffee. I don't want to work for it. No. That's what makes us get freaking canned coffee. Canned coffee is not great, guys. I'm so sleepy. Oh, I need to clean that better. What is that? Still gonna use it, but gross. I think it's probably about right. I need a temp control kettle real bad, guys. I'm gonna start our timer. We're gonna do this without spilling water. Getting there, 400. 490, close enough. Oh god, what am I doing? That mocha pot does not smell good. Hopefully it tastes better than it smells. I just breathed steam. I did not feel good on my sinuses. It smells a little better. I've got a really bad sense of smell, just so you know. We're trekking. We're making good progress. It's pour over time. Time to prove I know what I'm doing. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. Thought I was going crazy for a second there. With the French press, you don't want to plunge it down too quick. Shut up. Because that can actually cause the beans to get over agitated, which you don't need. They've already been fully brewed by steeping for several minutes, and if you plunge it really quickly, it can actually throw off the flavor. Why does it all smell so good? It's not like I made it or anything. That can't be it. I've normally avoided getting the H-E-B brand beans because they've got a ton of them, a bunch of different types. And usually they either come pre-ground, which I don't want to get because pre-ground beans aren't going to hold fresh for very long at all. If they're even fresh at the point you buy it, you should really be grinding your beans at the time you plan to brew them. Yeah, most of their beans are either pre-ground or they're artificially flavored. You can, well, first of all, it says it on the bag, but also the beans have like a really glossy look to them. And that's a coating that they put on there. I haven't tried those beans in a really long time, but I remember not liking them when I tried them before, just because the flavor was really heavy-handed, and it seemed like they were trying to compensate for bad beans. That might be a little bit too hot. Oh, that got a really nice bloom to it. I was a bit skeptical to get H-E-B brand beans, just because I haven't really liked them in the past. But the smell on these is so phenomenal. Alright, last grind we're doing is AeroPress, which needs to be on the finer end. Wow, I'm doing really good multitasking today, considering how frickin' tired I am. Some places will artificially flavor their beans. I might try them again soon, just to see. because I really just love the flavor of coffee. I don't really think it needs to have additional flavors added as long as it's a good grind and a good roast. There's just a lot of places out there that make really mediocre coffee beans. What makes a mediocre roast? There's a whole lot of innovation and science and history that's gone into coffee roasting. Each bean has to reach a certain internal temperature in order for it to process properly. There's a lot of sugars that crystallize. There's a lot of gases that escape. Some of the very first coffee roasting methods were literally just put it in a pan, put it over an open fire. How else are you going to roast anything? What they found over time as the science of coffee started to expand, this is all in like, I think the 1600s, the roasting was super important to get the internal temperature of the coffee bean correct, but also the speed at which you do it and the way it's distributed. So they started experimenting more with what happens if you tumble the beans. Ah, crap. God, this thing is a beast. There's still not a scratch on it. What was I saying? Tumbling the beans made it so that the heat got much more evenly distributed over the whole surface area of the bean, which made it so that it was more evenly heated throughout the bean. And ever since then, they've been trying to figure out different ways to do the tumbling and the heating up of the bean to make it more fair, more even, to avoid hot spots. A lot of the most common methods nowadays involve a rotating barrel that's got agitators in it to make sure the beans are constantly shifting and moving. Some of the most advanced methods nowadays actually involve like jet propulsion. They've found that anytime the bean comes into contact with the hot metal of the barrel, it creates hot spots on the bean itself. So they figured, what if we eliminated all physical contact? And so you've got these beans in basically in an air chamber with hot, super hot air just being blasted up through them so that they're constantly going through that wind turbine. And they found that actually helped just a little bit. Last one. Now we're gonna let that one steep for just like a minute. The French press and the pour over made completely different colors of coffee. They don't even look like the same beverage. Crazy. Now for the best part. I'm gonna try the cold brew first. Apple, pear, orange blossom, honey, and apricot. So fruit, honey, and fruit. That's good. I get the orange and the honey a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually not super sure how familiar I am with apricot. It's really tasty, it's very fruity. The fruit's almost a little overwhelming. You can't really pick out much of anything. I'd give the cold brew like a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6. It's not great. It's good, it's just not great. It's just sour. It's good. It's very, very bright. The orange blossom is coming out pretty strong. Probably the pear as well. That doesn't taste like anything. I don't think the water was hot enough for the French press. I use this word almost every week, but it's pretty mellow. It's not nearly as flavorful as the other ones. Very mellow honey to that, and pear. The orange blossom doesn't really come out on the French press hardly at all. That's hot. Yeah. Stupid double wall insulated cup. Yeah, I don't think that was warm enough. That's really, really underwhelming. The French press, I would be upset if someone served that to me in a shop. The pour over is not super great either. These beans smelled so good. And I've been kind of underwhelmed with every brew so far. Maybe our AeroPress will save it. Ow, that's still really hot. Ow, that burned going. That burn went. Words. That burned going down. I regret that sip. Patience, Jeremy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I don't know. No, that's not good. I think I've just had too much coffee, and I might be reaching my limit with this. The AeroPress is like 7 or 8 out of 10 at most. Except for the pour over, they kind of all taste the same. Of all of the different ones I just did, I think the Mocha Pot's probably the best. But even that's not a great cup of coffee. Well, this is the first week I haven't made one that I absolutely loved. Maybe I messed up. Have a great week, guys. And I'll see you next time.